watching.
Subscribe.
Hello, you're watching ScreenStalker. I'm Laurie Blake, and this is the gaming news. Coming up, we have the reveal of a new handheld console, a first look at some next-gen graphics, and the consoles that Grand Theft Auto 6 will launch on may have also been revealed. But first, have yourself a super click party by tapping subscribe, tickling the like button, and gunning the bell icon down with an Uzi like it's a GTA Prozzy to enable notifications and answer our question of the day. Which game developer would you be most excited to see what they're going to do with next-gen consoles right now? Now, you may remember a while ago we said we'd been invited to go and play Smash Bros against a bunch of other YouTube channels like Arex, Birdkeeper Toby, and loads more on a cinema screen at Cineworld Leicester Square. Well, we did, and it was genuinely really good fun, even if the size of the screen really just magnified our failure. We did get to meet Mario and Luigi though. There they are, looking disappointed in how badly we did. Now, the event was to help promote the fact that anyone can rent a cinema screen for some game time with your mates at Cineworlds across the UK. So, if you've got a birthday, wedding anniversary, funeral for a family member you weren't really that keen on coming up, I heartily recommend you give it a go. It is really, really good fun, even if you suck really bad at Smash Bros. Something else that looks worth a go is this brand spanking new handheld from developer Panic, who have also been publishers for Firewatch and the upcoming Untitled Goose game. Hey Goose! The Playdate, as the little box of wonders is known, has got a sort of Meccano vibe to it, with its prominent screws and its eye-catching yellow coloration. Perhaps most Meccano of all is the little hand crank on the side. This isn't like Kimmy Schmidt's mystery crank. It isn't like an old-timey radio either. It doesn't power it, and you can't listen to the shipping forecast on it either. That is until the hackers get hold of it. The really boring hackers. Because the crank is actually a new form of input method for playing games, vying for position among the greats of gaming control, up there with prodding buttons, waggling joysticks, tapping on touchscreens, and launching your Wiimote through the TV screen because you weren't strapped up or using that little rubber condom that they made. Remember that little rubber condom? Back to the Playdate now, which actually has a really interesting idea for distributing games, because purchase of the console gets you access to a 12-game season. Now, one game will be available at launch with a new title unlocking on it each and every week, so there's reason to keep going back. Panic said, some are short, some are long, some are experimental, some traditional, all are fun. That's what she said. Now, the first title will be Crankin's time travel adventure by Katamari Damacy designer Keita Takahashi, which sees the eponymous Crankin trying to make his date with Crankette by navigating obstacles and using the crank to control the flow of time. And like, we all know that Takahashi is a bit of a crazy genius, having come up with Katamari, but a game about a man called Crankin using cranks to go on a date on a console called Playdate, I don't think he went very far for inspiration. Anyway, the Playdate is expected to ship in early 2020 for $149 and looks like a blast. From retro-inspired tech to the bleeding edge of modern graphics, as EA have decided to show off what they can do with hair now in the Frostbite engine. So a small team at DICE and Criterion have been working away to improve hair physics and the way it reflects light, and the results are pretty damn impressive. Just look at those luscious locks. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's frostbite. Oh god, what is that thing? But while the hair is incredibly impressive, we don't actually know if it's actually achievable on current-gen consoles or even the next-gen consoles. Now, less impressive is the reveal of the terrifying mannequin. It's like the projector scene in It. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's mahogany. Speaking of next-gen tech and also wood, some weird segue, there's one game lined up for the next set of consoles that is giving the internet a collective boner: Grand Theft Auto 6. While Rockstar are keeping details about the new game rather close to their chests, the potential idea that the game would return to Vice City and Liberty City in a coast-spanning adventure leaked a week or so back. But like a lot of the rumors around Grand Theft Auto 6, it's a little bit sketchy. Something a little more concrete, though, is the news that publisher Take-Two are starting to invest in new hardware. In an an investor's call, the company suggested that it would not just be the new efforts from Sony and Microsoft that they are concentrating their efforts on in future, but also things like Google's Stadia. CEO Strauss Zelnick said, "You know, the promise of being able to sign on to a service with virtually no barriers, without a box in between, and being able to play our games on any device whatsoever around the world, and to do it with low latency, well, that's very compelling if it can be delivered." And the folks at Google minimally have said it will be delivered, and will be delivered in relatively short order. Conceptually, we want to be where the consumer is, and will support new entrants, and we are a believer in streaming services. Which is all very positive stuff, and as GTA is easily Take-Two's biggest franchise, you'd have to imagine that they would move heaven and earth to bring it to every conceivable platform and finally live that Tony Montana-like dream of just making all the green. Which they could obviously choose to spend on mountains of cocaine if they want to, but really it just gums up your touchscreens. Now, Take-Two also runs the 2K games franchise, so this would likely mean that your WWE 2Ks, your NBA 2Ks, the next BioShock, XCOM, Borderlands could all be making appearances on Stadia too. I guess we just have to wait and see how popular Stadia actually is going to be and how much support Take-Two are realistically going to give it. But so far, the signs are very positive. Thank you for watching, and don't forget that super click party on the like, subscribe, and bell icons, and head on over there for more content from ScreenStalker, including the potential reveal of a new villain for the MCU. I've been Laurie Blake, and remember, we're watching.